So my research is social psychology, focusing on perceptions of peer behaviour. So what do you think your friends are doing, basically? So I looked particularly at alcohol use, but also at some more kind of health behaviours. Obviously, alcohol use and substance use is a very big topic. It's something that kind of every now and then there's kind of a moral panic over substances and alcohol use. Or one of the things I've been looking at particularly is misperceptions. If you ask a young person to estimate how much her friends drink or use drugs, they always overestimate. And actually that's something you find with everyone on almost anything. So if you ask almost anyone, what do you think your peers or your friends or your neighbours do, they tend to think everyone else is doing worse than they are. But it does seem to be especially pronounced with substance use, and especially in young adults. So, what you tend to find with young adults is, by far the most common consequence of substance use is a hangover. Not something which should be dismissed, but at the end of the day, hangovers do not tend to be life-threatening. For the majority of young adults, the consequences of substance use appear to be fairly trivial. Of course, you can get very serious cases where you get people who get alcohol intoxication and end up with blood poisoning. People often make a fairly valid point, actually. If alcohol was only invented today, it would be banned straight away, because it actually has lots of physical and psychological effects of it. So dependency and liver damage and lots of behavioural issues and relationship problems that can come from that. There's been research around, again, it's more with alcohol, recreational drugs, but there's been research around people's kind of family backgrounds and what we call their kind of trajectory. So can you look at someone who's a child and how well can you predict that person is going to be using something when they're 30, 40? So coming from a kind of family environment that uses alcohol or drugs does definitely make someone more at risk. Most kind of drug use tends to start in kind of middle adolescence. People who use substances do tend to hang around with those who also use substances. But of course one of the questions is, are we choosing their friends because we know that they will support this behaviour, or does the fact that we're using substances kind of push them towards certain groups? Again, that's a really difficult question to kind of try and work out. There's not really a clear answer. In reality, it's probably a bit of both too. What you can find with some families though is that they become enablers. And so, say for example someone has a very serious alcohol problem, because they may become very aggressive when they can't get alcohol or even drugs. If they become very aggressive when they can't get that thing, then it might be that to try and fix things in the short term, the family might help them get that substance, or we might buy them alcohol, for example. So if it's long term, that's still not good because it's keeping the problem going, but short term, we actually end up kind of helping the person. I suppose you'd also say, kind of go back to what I said before, substance use can affect family relationships, and it can make children more likely to then do the thing themselves.